Hello and welcome to a special Heroes of Fandom product review. Today we will be looking at the mini arcade cabinet of Rampage. You know, they've been releasing a bunch of these tiny arcade cabs. They're about 20 bucks and they got like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Q*bert, Frogger, you know, all the classics. Unfortunately, the first games that were released, like Pac-Man and Space Invaders, for some reason they use like LCD watch technology, so they don't play at all like the original arcade machines. But as they've been releasing them, you know, Rampage, Q*bert, Frogger, like they play how they're supposed to, and I'll show you guys that in a bit. You know, but I wanted to, you know, first talk about, you know, the aesthetic of this thing. Like, look at it, you know, they model it to look like the original arcade machine. You have the little graphics, the stuff on the side, the little marquee. It doesn't light up, so it's, you know, 20 bucks, so it's not going to be the most high-end product, but it's still a nice, you know, display piece to have. You know, and a bit of the drawback, you know, with the size is, you know, like for the joystick, you know, you kind of have to kind of pinch it, you know, and you know, with the buttons you play with your index fingers, or you know, you can play with, you know, your thumbs, but it's not exactly as accurate with your thumbs as it is with your fingers with the stick. But so, you know, you kind of fidget around to see what, you know, works best for you. You know, and one of the interesting things though is that even though this is the arcade intro screen, the actual game is based on the NES version of Rampage, which is kind of disappointing because the arcade version plays a lot better. The NES version is kind of choppy, kind of blocky. And another thing that sucks is that because this is a little arcade unit with no extra buttons or link feature, even though they show you two players playing at the beginning, you can only play by yourself, which really sucks because Rampage is a game that's, you know, best played with more people, and it's a really long game. So, you know, you're gonna be playing on this tiny cramped unit for 2 hours if you ever want to see the ending. See, like right here, you know, if you ever want to destroy the entire United States, you'd better get prepared to have some massive hand cramps. But one of the interesting things about this is that this isn't a straight port of the NES game. This is a modified port of that one because they brought back Ralph, who was dropped out of the NES version due to limitations. They give you 3 options of volume: loud, silent, low, and medium. So yeah, these units retail for 20 bucks, and that's pretty pricey for an NES game, you know, as they run you like 5 bucks on the Nintendo eShop, or, you know, like a bunch of games for 60 bucks with the NES Classic. But what you're essentially paying for is like a little piece of Rampage, you know, merchandise. It's a little cabinet that you can have on your desk, in your office, wherever you want it to. It's mostly for display. It's a novelty item. You know, and the game is just, you know, basic Rampage. We just recently released a game overview on Rampage, so if you're interested in learning more about it, go ahead and check that out. But the basic gist of it is that screen after screen, you go around destroying buildings. You know, the game lasts about, you know, 2 hours. That's one advantage that the NES had on the arcade version, is that there's an actual ending, but good luck getting to it because it will take you roughly 2 hours and 30 minutes to 3 hours to get to the ending. And doing that by yourself is not that fun. So I wouldn't recommend this to just anyone, because I know for a fact that, you know, it's a very niche product, and you know, if you're a fan of the game, odds are you already bought it. You know, if you're looking, you know, to buy one of these, you know, it's best to start off with Q*bert or Pac-Man or one of the other ones that can give you, you know, more bang for your buck, because, you know, I don't see most people getting a lot of play out of this. It's, you know, it's very repetitive, and you know, it's on a tiny little console. But you know, if you're a fan of, you know, Rampage, you know, any of the games, you know, you're gonna like this. It's a nice little item. My only major complaint about this is the lack of multiplayer. That's the only thing I would say is a massive deal breaker. You know, you'd be best off just looking for, you know, an arcade version that you can play with, you know, a friend. There's plenty. It's been ported to like plenty of, you know, modern consoles. So yeah, this was Rampage, the mini arcade cab. It's a nice item. It's available at Walmart. I believe it's an exclusive. I'm not completely sure. I've never seen it anywhere else, but I've seen it at Walmart plenty of times. It's easily available. It's not, you know, one of those hard to find items. So if you're just, you know, in the market for something, you know, nostalgic or retro, it's definitely worth checking out. So yeah, this was Spoil for Heroes of Fandom with our first product review. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this video if you liked it. And we also do game reviews and toy hunting on a, you know, regular basis. So if you're into that kind of stuff, be sure to check us out. Until next time, this is Boyo for Heroes of Fandom, signing out.